My name is Randy Bigley. Joining me on the podcast right now, we're going to talk with the Crawford Soil Water Conservation District. Mike Hall's with me, and Kelby Fetter. Hello, Kelby. Kelby, what is your title officially?
Hi, I am the currently the acting district conservationist.
Okay.
For Crawford and also Wyandotte counties.
Okay. Which means you do what?
Yep. So I help assist landowners with questions and help them guide them through some of the federal programs that we have out there.
Okay. So what's going on? What are we talking about today?
We'll talk about some a bunch of different programs. I have a list here, so run through it. We have programs that address not just cropland but all kinds of different land uses like pasture, forest, and maybe even planting for the pollinators for the butterflies, like you've maybe heard the news and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I'll go through the first program here and run down the list. So we have the first one is I'm going to go through acronyms one by one. We have the Environmental Quality Incentives Program, which is EQIP, which is basically where we pay landowners to do something additional on the land. Now, whether that in cropland, that can be cover crops or variable rating application of fertilizer, so you don't put too much in one area where it doesn't need it. In pasture, maybe fence or water line, and make sure they follow a rotational grazing system. For woods, be something like controlling the grapevines and cutting and treating autumn olive or other invasive trees. And so that's what the EQIP is, basically a program where we pay for additional for change, and so that sign up, if it's ongoing throughout the year, but there is an extra sign up until April 27th for cropland and grazing land uses only, but there's a possibility to get in even this year yet.
Okay.
Yep.
And someone needs to how can they get a hold of you if they need to?
Yep. You can call us at the Crawford Soil and Water office, and then ask for either myself or Brad. Brad Vorsh, probably know his name. And he could also assist you if I'm not there, because sometimes I'm in other counties. So
sure, right? Yeah. Busy person sometimes, right? Most of the time.
Yeah.
Anything? What else? Yeah. What other kind of programs?
So another one talk about is the Conservation Stewardship Program, CSP. That one is a little different. So basically, the CSP is sort of if you're already doing good conservation on the land, we try to reward you for that, and also ask you to do a little bit beyond that.
Okay. And
those are based on land use, and then based either on acreage or like a base rate for that payment. Those are, I guess the idea would be sort of, if you'd start on EQIP and say, okay, well now you've got, let's say in cropland you've got cover crops every rotational, and then maybe you're variable rating the fertilizer and stuff like that, maybe doing maybe even strip till or no till, depending on what you're comfortable with, and then we can move into, okay, well now that you're currently doing the stuff, we can also reward you for that down the line.
Okay.
So that'd be the CSP.
Okay. What else happened? What other programs do you have?
And then the last one is kind of in two parts. It's CRP, and this is not for the actual working lands, but it is for the working lands, but it's for taking maybe marginal cropland, cropland that maybe doesn't produce as well or is too wet or something like that, and or maybe erodes a lot, and then putting that into a different program for, let's say, for grass generally. So for CRP, some of the things we have are like grassed waterway, where if you got a gully going down the middle of the rut in the hill there, you can apply, and we can come in and design it so it'll carry water better, and in a, you know, it ends up being, the goal is for like, you know, a parabolic kind of shape, and it ends up taking the water and addressing the erosion better that way.
Okay.
Also, you know, grass plantings. So I would, you know, so like cool season grass or warm season grass, however you want to do it. Maybe in an area that maybe like around a woods or something that maybe isn't the most, you know, that the deer come in and eat it all the time, eat your corn. You say, okay, maybe we should have something there, kind of keep the wildlife maybe happy, but they won't come in and just, you know, tear through. Another thing we have, it's also revolving around CRP, but it's a different kind of CRP, is a CREP, which is where the you know, us, the you know, federal government, also the state through ODA, and also helped by the conservation districts to administer and to look over it. Go out and we can put different practices, like a filter strip, the you know, around like a ditch or a river, you know, so a water course, to help filter before it gets into that water course. Like windbreaks for like around a field, for just maybe, you know, 2 or 3 3 or 4 rows of trees along that, just to give it protection from the wind. And then maybe you can do a tree planting around the river area, the riparian call it area, but around the river area. And then also you can maybe even, if you have a really wet spot that always floods, put like a wetland in there. Design a wetland, and then say that is set aside just for the wetland creatures.
Okay. All right. And again, if someone is in need of your services, how can they do that?
Yeah, they can give us a call at the Crawford Soil Water Office at 419-562-8280. And then they can either ask for me, Kelby, or Brad. Okay. And then we can assist them with that and get them set up with where it's right for them.
All right. Mike, anything you want to add?
Yeah, just I wanted to mention that we are having, it's spring. Spring's upon us, you know. It's planting season.
Sure.
Whether you're in a crop field or your garden or your flowers, or you're maybe thinking about doing any of those. But we do have our tree sales going on.
Okay.
So currently, if anybody's interested in ordering, it's bare root stock trees. We'll have the trees for sale as long as they're available.
Okay.
In other words, when we sell out of a certain species, that's it. But I know we do have a lot of the Norway spruce, white spruce left. There's the hardwoods are left, and there's flowering shrubs left. So if you are interested in that, maybe you forgot about it, here's your reminder.
Sure, yeah.
Get that order in. I believe tree pickup is next week.
Okay.
So we'll be going through getting them, the roots, we dip them with the pterosaur, which is a gelatinous hydromulch that keeps them moist.
Okay.
That way they have a longer life out of the ground, so to speak. And so those will be ready to go the end of next week, not this week, but the following week. So you got a couple weeks here. But if you are interested, or maybe you forgot, don't hesitate, because numbers are dwindling. I mean, as we had that nice weather last week.
Sure, right.
We got orders out.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got in the mood, right?
Yep. And also our fish sale's going on right
now.
So our fish fingerling sale, if you're interested in pond fish, largemouth bass, bluegill, the amers, the grass carp, we have those available. And those will be currently taking orders. There's really no limit on that.
Okay.
We're not running out. Just get your order in this week. Then not this week, but the following week, those fish will be able to pick them up at the office in Bucyrus here, and then you can take them to your pond and turn them loose. So if you're interested in any of that, I know it's on our website, www.crawfordswcd.org. You can call the office. 419-562-8280 to get either one of those order forms, and they're also on our website. So,
Guys,
right.
thank you for coming in today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kelby. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good evening.